This is Kendra, and I'm back with another video with Truest TV. I just wanted to make this a quick video. This right here, and please check her channel out, Cindy's Villa. I just wanted to speak on this topic where she's like, please stop bullying white people, slavery is over. It's a trick. Y'all don't be knowing these tricks that white people put out, but they're tricks to know if you're still falling for that slave narrative. If you're still believing you're an African slave brought over, they want to know the response. They do this to get a response to see, do they still believe that? Do they still believe? Guys, it's a trick and it's a trap. Please do not give this airtime. If you are going to argue it in from the standpoint that first and foremost, slavery is not over. It was just got new owners and you're the new owners. It just got industrialized. Slavery is not over. So what are you talking about? Every day that we go to work and have to be there from the time that the people who own the business tell us that we got to be there and leave, you are a slave. That's exactly how slavery is. Okay, the conditions where you have a corrupt government who weaponize their police force to assimilate you into an identity crisis, to believe that you are something that you are not. You are a slave. Do you understand? And that's something that you are not as a criminal, right? So with all of those things, slavery is not over. White people are just now the new owners, okay? Because they were once slaves themselves. Okay, and I'm reading right now. I'm studying a lot of Japhet's children's history, which is your white, your Slavic. Well, they call themselves white, but your Slavic, Hindustan, and Mongol history. And I'm reading about the Ottoman slave trade, and y'all should go check the Ottoman slave trade out, because it'll tell you a lot of where they get their stories, their Christopher Columbus story, a lot of their African story. That's their stuff. Some of this stuff that they are casting over to us be their own history. And it's a paradigm shift. They made themselves the Native Americans, the Indians, and the Hebrew, when the truth is we are the Hebrew. Yes, we are the Indian. These are our identities, and they have stolen that from us. So anyway, please do not fall for this trick, because that's what this is. It is a trick, y'all. They want to know if you still believe that out of Africa transatlantic slave trade BS that is fake. Not the transatlantic slave trade itself. Let me correct myself. Let me stand corrected. Transatlantic slave trade did happen, just not in the way that they said. They never went and got any African slaves. They got only Aboriginal slaves, Portuguese, Sephardic Jews, which were the Portuguese and Spanish slaves who were kin. Yes, kin. The black nobility, the black Europeans, these were kin to each other. We were all brethren of the 12 tribes. They know the truth. All these Scottish, English, European, France, Negro, American Indian, all were kin. They were all of the same tribes. Spanish, Sephardic Jews, we all Hebrew, all together. Yes, North and South America, Canada, and the Caribbean islands. Please do not fall for that trick. This is a trick. They always set up these tricks to see how many people are going to fall for their deception and their lie. Remember what Senator Benson said after calling the so-called African-American Aboriginal. He said the state will continue to keep the status quo. You know, they will keep the remaining provisions, the remaining I guess story at hand prevailing, right? And he'll use it against us when it's time for him or anybody who like him and in his party run for Congress, so that they can get the so-called black vote, really the Indian vote, right? So again, please do not. Remember, we were reclassified in the 1924 Racial Integrity Act to Negro, color, and black. So if you are looking up your family genealogy, remember that you are going to be listed as Negro, color, and black. And being a slave does not even mean you're African, because white, Slavics, Chinese, Chino slave, Mongols, well, they all the same thing, but technically they are slaves. They were brought slaves too, made slaves too. So please do not be fooled by these stories. And when they come out trying to say, oh, this person don't want to be black, or this person don't want to be African, we're not African at all. You are not African. You have no African ancestry at all, period, point blank. You are either full-blood Indian or Aboriginal, if you will, from America, or you are a half American Aboriginal, which was classified by the Spaniards as Indian, right? Or you're a mixture of Indian Aboriginal of America, or you are your Sephardic Jew, which was the Spanish Portuguese. Are mixed with Scottish, Irish, or European, and none of those were white Slavic races. These people are in fact Hebrews who had dark hues of complexion, like, or even yellow bone, red, as they call it, yellow bone. I don't call it red bone because I'm red bone. I have a reddish hue. Or if somebody is really ruddy, they are red bone. Like, that is a red bone. He's ruddy. He would be red bone. You understand me? Okay? Even he's on a yellowish reddish side, but that is not a red bone. Okay? Somebody that's light skinned, I would give you more example, but I wanted to stay on topic. But anyway, like I said, our light skinned brothers and sisters, they are yellow bone, and but they are still Hebrew, and they are still the American indigenous Indians of America. Okay, so anyway, again, I'm trying to make this short and sweet. Don't fall for the trap. Don't fall for these traps and trying to get you to believe that you were some African slave. You weren't. You were an Indian slave who went simultaneously through wars with the French, the European, so forth and so on, who are all Negroes. The French, European, Scottish, Irish. You saw it. If you didn't see Benjamin Franklin book on the world, he'll tell you all the swarthy and tawny people. Tawny is brown. Okay, copper is brown. We see the penny. Come on, cut it out. Copper is brown. Tawny is brown. Swarthy is dark brown. Almost near and black. And just Negro is meaning dark and meaning near and black. Okay? It's a Latin word. Okay? Did nobody say Blanco is albino? That's somebody who is albino. Just because somebody say somebody white don't mean that they meant they was Caucasus or Slavics. They didn't mean that. They just mean that they could have been albino. And if they call them brown in Spanish, it mean they was tawny or brown, But anyway, don't fall for the trick. This is Kendra with Trust TV. Stay up, stay blessed, put God first. Peace out. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to all these videos. Thank you. Bye.